3 years ago, I got kicked out of this exact apartment in Toronto. And now we've just moved back in to turn it into our dream home. But first, some lore. And it's kind of dramatic.
I'm freaking out.
See, this is technically my new old home. We lived in this exact spot for over 7 years until the thing that happens to all old and charming buildings in Toronto happened. It got bought out by a condo developer. Which means that the entire building, including our home, was demolished to the ground. So we were basically forced out of the exact spot I'm standing in right now. But since the new building is finally done, kinda, we always had the right to come back. And now that we're finally here, let me take you on an updated apartment tour. Come on in. And I'm going to show you exactly how I'm turning this 750 square foot apartment into our dream home. And yeah, I don't know what that is. And there is plastic on my door because I live in a construction zone. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. We moved in about 1 month ago to the day, so a lot of this is still very much a work in progress. Forgive some of the mess, because there is some mess. So let's start right here with the entryway. And yeah, this is what I mean. Don't look at this. So fun fact, we had actually never seen this apartment before we moved in. All we had to go off of was this floor plan, but the first time I saw this entryway, I was actually pretty surprised because this is a big deal. This is a complete luxury when it comes to a Toronto apartment. Every other Toronto apartment I have ever lived in, you basically walk in the door, you have a little tiny place to take off your shoes, usually standing. So I am very thrilled about this right now. Eventually I have a vision of adding a little console table right here with some stools underneath for extra storage and to have a place to put our shoes on. Something like this, or this. But for now, this hallway is acting as our temporary storage locker since we don't have access to it yet. It's a mess, but we're living with it. Because that's okay, because this giant entryway also came with this huge hallway closet. I have never had an entryway closet this big. It's huge. I'm pretty excited about this. But this is kind of like our catch-all of shame right now. I have my winter jackets here. We've got Jeff's jackets. And then we have things that should really truly live in storage, like our lifetime supply of Costco paper towels. Anybody else? And then on this side, I like apartment tours and I'm really nosy and I want to know how people store things, including the cleaning supplies. So I see this kind of being like our little storage unit. But for now, we've got everything hanging on these little pant hooks just to keep them off the floor. And right now we've got our vacuum up here, but I would like it wall mounted like this eventually. But we're definitely really spoiled with this hallway closet. And right now it is definitely pretty plain. So if you have any further ideas in here besides just like more bins up top, then let me know in the comments. And then eventually when all of this is gone, you can do a cutie little outfit check before you leave the house. Why else wouldn't you want a giant mirror right here? But let's go on to the rest of the apartment. So now that we're in the apartment, I want to show you this next little alcove because so many of you commented that this should actually turn into our coffee station. But let me know what you think about this in the comments below, because if I do get enough comments voting yes in favor, then you're gonna help me fulfill my lifelong dream of convincing Jeff that we can actually have a espresso maker. Ignore all of this right now. This right here is where I keep all of my winter clothes that lives in storage. And this is stuff that I have decluttered. Oh, you guys are gonna be mad at me about these. And all of this needs to go to consignment. Speaking of coffee and bathrooms, because we all know that those two things go together, let me take you into our powder room. Okay, so having a second washroom is actually a massive luxury. This is primarily Jeff's washroom, and as you can see, we've kept it pretty minimal for now. But that's also because there's barely any storage in here. We are actually waiting on the construction people to come in and install our fixtures. So there's no like towel racks, there's no toilet paper holder thingies yet. So we don't really want to get any storage or hang any art or do anything fun in here yet before those fixtures are installed. But the main thing that I really want to change in both of our bathrooms actually is just these mirrors. This one just feels pretty cheap. It literally feels like it's from the dollar store, quite frankly. I just find not having a storage mirror in your washroom is just really kind of inefficient, especially if you don't like having a lot of clutter on your counters, which neither Jeff or I do. So a storage mirror is definitely on the wish list. Now let's get to a room that I still kind of don't love, but we recently made an upgrade to it that is making it feel so much more cozy without costing a lot of money at all. And what I did was so ridiculously simple, I wish I thought of it sooner, and it was just updating our bedding. I'm obsessed with green right now, and this duvet set is from Quince, who are kindly sponsoring this part of the video. And let me tell you, these are nice, okay? And they're made of 100% natural fibers. You guys have been asking me to review Quince for the better part of a year, and now that they're available in Canada, I gotta say I am really impressed at the quality for the affordable price. I had heard of their clothes, but when I saw they also offer home goods, I was like, heck yeah, I have to try it. This is the organic cotton airy gauze set in the color olive, and it's made of 100% Ecotech certified organic cotton. And let me tell you, these sheets have some guts to them. They feel really sturdy and high quality, but at the same time, they're also so soft and cozy. And in my research to level up my bed styling game, I learned that it's all about the layers. So I also got this organic cotton coverlet in the color ivory to add some texture. And I also upgraded my couch pillows by swapping out my old polyester ones with these cotton slub pillow covers that's also in the color olive. Can you tell that I like green? They also come in this really cute terracotta color, but I didn't move fast enough because they sold out. So I'm currently waiting for those to restock. I am genuinely impressed by the quality that Quince has offered so far, and now they also offer free shipping to Canada and the US, and they offer easy 365-day returns, so you've basically got nothing to lose in trying them out. So if you want to check out Quince yourself, I'll leave everything linked down below in the description. Thanks, Quince. This feels like a hotel bed to me. I love it. But besides the new bedding situation, which feels like a total luxury upgrade to me right now, nothing else has really changed when it comes to the bedroom. A lot of the furniture that we brought from our old apartment doesn't actually work that well in here, specifically this bedside table that Jeff uses. So we do have plans on selling this and replacing it, and I do eventually have a vision of upgrading the bed. I've had this bed for the last 11 years. It has served us very well, but I was doing a little bit of reading on interior design, and one of the cardinal rules that I learned was if you want your space to feel really cohesive, then the number one thing you should do is actually match the undertone of your woods. So the floors in here are quite warm to neutral. They're very light. A lot of the other furniture that we have is a really sort of warm, rich wood tone. And then we have this like really cool toned bed frame and really cool toned wood with this end table. So I would love to switch this out to just like a warmer to neutral toned wood. Then I think it would just make everything in here feel a lot warmer and cozier. And yes, right now Jeff and I are still sharing the closet. This is his side and this is my side for a lot of my clothes that I still prefer to keep hung. So we have my longer items like some dress pants, dresses, my long sleeve shirts, and then I've added an extra curtain rod here so that I can also hang some of my pants down here, my pantaloons. But one really handy thing that I can highly recommend for small spaces are these shoe organization boxes. They have little doors on them that you can open and close. They stack and clip together because I used to store all of my shoes inside of their boxes and then I would wonder why I would never wear them. And it's because I just couldn't see them. So now that I can actually see my shoes out in the open, I reach for them a lot more and rotate through them a lot more. Yeah, that's the closet tour right now. I don't know what to do in there. Now let's get to a room I actually hated the first time I saw it, but since we've made some upgrades, I actually really love it now. And that is the kitchen. Welcome to our kitchen. This kitchen is tiny, but we have made some upgrades to make it really usable and I think pretty cute. This little coffee station is one of my favorite spots, and I just used an old cutting board as a makeshift tray to create some separation on the countertop here. I think it just adds a little bit of earthiness to the area too without having to buy anything. I don't necessarily want our home to look like no one lives here, but since we also don't love clutter, I do prefer to decorate with what we already use and what we already have before buying more stuff. Like using a bright bowl of fresh citrus to add some life to the place, or doing things like swapping out ugly soap bottles for something more sleek and organic like this amber soap dispenser. Practical, but still cute. And then we have a new addition I am so excited about. Can you guess what it is? We got an island. Yay! Yes, this one is from Article, and I have been absolutely loving it so far. Because before this kitchen island arrived, all I had to work with in terms of counter space was this and this. But I'll tell you that the simple addition of just this island has completely transformed my experience in the kitchen. In many ways, it basically doubled our counter space, and essentially I think turned it into a bit more of a galley kitchen. I've been doing most of my food prep right here. I'll have Gilmore Girls on because that's what I'm rewatching right now and I can see it. And it just makes the apartment feel a bit more cohesive and just a bit more of like an inclusive flow. Like, see how I can see what everyone's doing from here? I love that. So this has been really exciting, and I have made some upgrades in terms of our kitchen organization, so let me show you. And it is these little lazy Susans in our pantry, because it eliminates the need to have things stacked by depth, so you can just easily access everything that you need and all the fast movers. So this just makes it really easy, very nice and organized, and I still have a ton of space back here, but Lazy Susan, not so lazy. That's a bad name for her. Oh, and I wanted to show you, I added another little Lazy Susan in here to organize all of our sport bottles and water bottles, because they were just falling down all over the place and crashing everywhere every time we opened this drawer. So Lazy Susan wins again. And the only other thing that we really need to get that's left for the kitchen is a set of bar stools, so we can eat right here instead of on the couch, which we normally do. But now I want to show you a little bit of a reality when it comes to small space living. Make sure you're utilizing your vertical space. You may need to get yourself one of these, but this storage solution has worked out so well for us when it comes to storing things like extra towels, linens, bedding. These bins from Muji have been my absolute favorite when it comes to organizing all of that junk that nobody wants to see, but everybody needs. Things like Band-Aids, first aid kits, little house and home tools, your sewing kit. So we just hide them in here. Everything is labeled, it looks cute. So yeah, don't sleep on vertical space. And don't judge me for this. I need to buy one more of these to make this complete. Now let's talk about the living room. I really like this room. It's cozy, it's spacious enough. There are a couple of weird quirks in here, like for example, this living room is actually a little bit recessed off of our porch, so there is a step right here that makes for fitting an area rug a little bit of a challenging situation. We're gonna eventually replace this rug, but we're gonna have to get out an X-Acto knife to make it work. So that's one kind of like little weird thing. And then this pole right here, which I'm assuming is structural, did sort of limit our options when it came to upgrading our couch. I love this couch. You guys tell me how much you love this couch, but it is around 15 or 16 years old right now, and it has definitely seen better days. Oh, I just made it worse. So, you know, cost per use on this baby is great. It has been well loved, but it is truly falling apart. So we have ordered a new sectional couch, which is on its way, which is great because both of us really love being horizontal. Ideally, I would have loved to have the sectional be on this side. I feel like that would make a lot more sense to the flow of the room, but because of that weird stair, it has to be here. So picture that eventually. And then another tip if you live in a small space is to try to buy furniture that provides you extra storage. This coffee table we had in our old place, it holds a lot of the things, a lot of the really ugly things that you really don't want to see in your day-to-day and that we don't really have a lot of extra space to store, like workout bands and a knee sleeve, bala bangles, Pilates queen over here, okay? So if you can find something that looks nice and has a little added bonus of function, it is a great small space living hack. I think all that's really missing in this room is some warm lighting, because it should be illegal to have all the big lights on at night. So after the couch comes and we get the art back up on the walls, I think a couple floor lamps and table lamps will make this space just perfect. And right next door, we have the second washroom. It's basically the exact same as the powder room, plus a shower. Right now we're using the shower curtain from our old place, but I'm thinking I want something green or just more earthy, organic toned in here. I'm finding it's just too much white and it's too stark in here right now. So this room is really begging for some warmth. And we had these adhesive shower caddies in our old apartment, and let me tell you, they are awesome. They're perfect for keeping things organized in the shower, and bonus is that they're actually quite sturdy and they're really easy to remove without causing any damage. Definitely renter friendly. And finally, the biggest luxury of all is that this is actually a 2-bedroom apartment. So now I have a dedicated office space. Yay! This is the room I actually want to finish first, since it's where I do all my work, and I'm probably also going to be doing a lot of short form content filming in here. And for those of you who watch this channel, do you remember what was here before? Well, whatever it was really ugly. So right now I am very thrilled to finally have a dresser back, because if you're new to this channel, then you also don't know that I have been living without a dresser for the past 3 years because our old place was too small to accommodate one. But I love it. I love the color. I think it's so cute. I have my Hannibal Lecter LED mask on it. This is actually terrifying. I need to move it to another place. But this little nook to me is one of the spaces in the apartment that's actually starting to feel most like home for me, because I've been able to just add a bit more personalized decor to it. This mirror I thrifted at a local thrift store near my parents for, I think, $1. I think it's so cute. My sister worked in animation for a really long time, so she's really good at drawing. She used to draw cartoons that you probably watch, guys. That's my official, unofficial flex. But she drew me a picture of my dog Chaika that passed away in 2019. And it's just him looking so happy and cute. And so I have that here. I think I want to go thrifting for like a little tray that I can put my jewelry or like my sunglasses on here. And this desk setup is one that I have had for many, many years. It's pretty much been the exact same in every single apartment I've been in. I just love the warm mid-century vibe of it. And I think it really pops against these, typical rental white apartment walls. And then this chair I want to talk about, because this has been such a good purchase. This is my Herman Miller sale office chair. If you want to talk about cost per use and just functional and ergonomic delight, this chair is it. I have not had back pain doing work from home, editing like this, and just looking like a freak at my computer, working on all the magic you see here on this YouTube channel. This chair has really protected my back. It has my back. And all it really needs now is a friend in the form of a rug. And then I just want to add some lamps to cozy up the room, a few plants, and some art, and I think we're good to go. So yeah, that's the office. Simple and minimal. So that is the apartment for now. I feel like we've made a ton of progress in as little as 1 month, and it is already starting to feel like home. And if you want to see the sheer drama of moving into this place, then watch this video next. Believe me, it's juicy. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.